All right. We ready?
Yeah.
Oh, hang on. Before we start, Lewis, did you hear about that cop?
No. No.
Cop
we
these
didn't.
nuts to your face.
What a terrible start to the episode.
What? I'm confused.
I said, did you hear about that cop?
What
Cop
cop?
these nuts to your face.
Guys, I'm sorry. Episode 83 or whatever it is. 83, Luke and Lewis show. I apologize. Welcome, we're here. I was really excited about this, but now I'm just feeling kind of weird. Luke?
You know what was annoying about that is I legitimately, as you did then, got last night and over FaceTime. Keelan called me. I think he literally spoke to me for 10 minutes before that as a
Yeah.
way to throw me off my guard, pretended to be my friend, and then right at the end of the call, he's like, oh, by the way, did you hear about that cop? And because we were
Yeah.
talking about the virus and stuff, I thought he was going to talk about some actual police story of like, oh man, someone got arrested for doing something. And then I got cop D's nuts in your face. And I just felt embarrassed, victimized, hurt, all these strange feelings at once because since the regional tour finished, I think we've both let our guards down a little bit because we thought he'd
absolutely.
stopped. But it turns out he's never stopped. He's just been in the lab concocting new D's nuts jokes to
And I
launch
would
on the
feel
show.
particularly hurt by that, Luke, because it seems that the only reason he called you was to do that to you. So any kind of, social interaction before that was just some evil, malicious ploy. And you're not
Yeah.
actually friends. He's just trying to get you with these nuts jokes. And that's
Yeah.
kind of disrespectful
It
coming
is.
from
It
Keelan.
was very disrespectful. So, Keelan, I don't know. Think about what you've done. The annoying part is I know that Keelan will have the full support of everyone who listens to this show, which also hurts a little bit as well.
Yeah.
So, I guess we're in the minority here, Lewis, and I guess we just need to stick to our guns and point out that behavior is not okay. And
Yeah.
particularly the first thing people hear on the episode, like we always try and talk about good stuff first
Yeah.
on this podcast to keep new listeners. And now, fuck it, like we could just talk about anything now because they're all gone.
I would say the first minute of every podcast, because you want people to sit here for like 50 minutes, We got 50 minutes planned of entertainment. So the first minute is the most important because we want people to go, man, I'm laughing already. I'm engaged. I'm going to sit here. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm ready. And that was our first minute. So strap
Yeah.
in.
Yeah. I just realized that I'm not wearing headphones. Hang on. Should probably go put on some headphones. That might be an echo.
Of course.
Yeah, maybe you should.
Yeah.
And this is a
You
good
guys
excuse
can
to start again.
No. Oh, true. We could use this as an excuse.
This would be the perfect excuse to start again. But I also feel like we're just not going to do that because this first minute has been truly representative of our show's energy, which is chaotic and garbage. Ruben, what have you been up to?
I've been, just same old, making sketches, pumping them out. It's been really fun. I'm enjoying
That's good.
quarantine, actually.
Yeah, I'm coming around. I had a little moment a couple weeks ago where I was hating it.
I'm gonna go find other ones.
Find other ones. Fuck. I had a moment in quarantine a couple weeks ago. I talked about it on the show. I wasn't having fun. I wasn't enjoying it. I've got my second win now. I'm coming back. I started hating video games. And I realized I hated them because I sucked at them, and I was like, "Well, I'm going to get better." Now I'm good, and I'm loving life again. It's all good. I was just having a lost streak.
Yeah, what video games?
Battlefield 5, man, thoroughly enjoying it. I played a little bit of Call of Duty Warzone. I just can't get around the battle royale genre as a whole.
Yeah, I'm terrible at all video games, but especially first-person shooters. Also just because I never play them. But Luke's back, so...
I am.
Oh, well, that's
I've
good.
had my gaming headphones because I think my other ones are officially broken, which is why I got new ones. But
Yeah. Well, that's good that you've got that.
I mean, not really. I just look like a douchebag. I look like a telemarketer or a nerd.
Well, now you kind of have two options plugging those in. Are you going to continue using the good podcast microphone, or do you want to use the one attached to the headset?
I could just use the headset one.
It could sound like an Xbox chat.
Yeah,
for the
would you
rest
like
of
me
the
to use the
podcast.
headset one?
it could be terrible audio and you could just start yelling obscenities, calling everyone else shit. That'd be very on theme with the microphone you're using.
Yeah, I'll just start using derogatory terms that people stopped using in 2005.
Yelling them at 9-year-olds.
Yeah. It looks so lame in the camera, man. I really apologize for all the video listeners.
We've got Gamer Luke here.
Gamer Luke. What up? I'm just going to leave the mic down, I reckon, and pretend I'm talking in that mic. Can we do... Actually, no. Or should I change to like little earbud? Okay, Lewis is making me feel a lot better about myself. He just put on 2 pairs of headphones.
I'm really trying to fit in. Yeah, they're broken. I sat on them and I'm too cheap to replace them because my tour got cancelled, so they're fucking taped together.
Man, that is pathetic.
It really is. You know, this is the hardship that we're going through. I've got fucking taped together headphones because we can't do shows. Guys, Patreon, help us out.
And Patreon, so I don't have to wear these every episode now. I think the other headphones are completely broken. And I could hear them starting to break when I plugged them in. So I bought some new ones. And then 4 weeks later, they're finally done. So, boys, I think it's time for some thoughts.
Yeah.
I just really think these are distracting for video listeners.
What are? Your headphones. They're fine.
Oh, really?
You know what's distracting for audio listeners?
You know why? What?
This.
Oh, yeah. No. Fuck him, all right? But it's just, I look at myself in the camera and it looks like I've got a little antenna because I've got the microphone. So it looks like I'm trying to catch some kind of signal, but I'm not. All right, we'll do some thoughts. And Lewis, you're going to kick back into them horizontally again for extra thinking?
Yeah, I actually thought that I really absorbed the thoughts much better from a more horizontal plane of existence. So I'm ready, man. Hit me.
Great. All right. Well, this first thought comes in from Lavity Lachlan on the email. And you can email the show anytime, lukeandlewis5.com.
No.
Oh, no, lukeandlewis5 at gmail.com. That's our website. You can buy our merch anytime at lukeandlewis5.com.
And I would dispute you can email the show anytime. I would think that if, say, you were being held at gunpoint during a robbery, that would be a bad time to send an email. Like, give me your wallet or I'll kill your wife.
No.
Oh, 1 second. I'm just going to send an email. I've had a thought. The boys are going to love.
But you can email the show. It just wouldn't be sometimes the best decision, and it might end up in your demise.
Possible. Yeah, it is possible. But I wouldn't recommend, sending an email while being held at gunpoint. If you are being held at gunpoint while listening to the show, let us know how it goes. How much money did you lose?
Yeah, but during it, I want to know it live. Boys currently being held at gunpoint. Probably not the best idea to send this email, but hey, that's life. So this one comes in from Lavity Lachlan. Don't think he was being held at gunpoint at the time the email was sent.
Yeah.
He said, sounding off here, you know how English is backwards and weird in other languages. Mm-hmm. What if in those other languages, Yoda speaks like we do?
Whoa. Now that's good.
So obviously Yoda from Star Wars, if you don't know, he kind of says stuff like do or do not. There is no try. He says the Jedi must if he says we must flank the opposition, he would say the opposition flank we must. So he does speak in kind of reverse. He just jumbles the words a bit.
That's kind of how Germans speak. Their verbs a lot of the time go at the end of the sentence. So I wonder how Yoda speaks in German. If there are any German listeners, does he speak like English people do, with the verbs at the front?
Maybe we've just blown German people's minds. They had no idea that Yoda's character was intentionally supposed to speak in reverse. Maybe they think he's the only one who speaks normally, and they're like, man, Mace Windu keeps fucking up English.
Dude, that would be so strange if you were German and you saw Star Wars in German and then you came over to Australia and you were like, bro, Australians speak like Yoda. That's just fucking weird.
Well, yeah, that's an interesting thought. So this one comes in. By the way, I will admit I am going to read one thought that falls in the 95% category, but it was a bit of a guilty pleasure. I know it's in the 95%. I know it's not good, but I just wanted to read it.
Yeah. Okay.
This is it. It comes in from Cameron Slater. Now, look, he did his best, and I thought,
relation to Kelly Slater?
I don't know. You'd have to ask him. The email doesn't reference that, and I don't think he was also being held at gunpoint.
Okay. All right.
G'day,
That's
boys.
good to know.
Quarantine is really doing a number on my brain, and somehow I just thought, if you farted like a real bad one into a fish bowl, do you think it could potentially kill a goldfish?
That is a good thought. I think that one, this is definitely 5%. This is a great thought.
Okay.
I
I'll
disagree.
take that back.
2, right? I think that farting into the goldfish bowl is not enough. You would have to go anus to water to kill that fish, because otherwise the smell wouldn't penetrate the water. You'd have to maybe even specifically get some kind of tube and funnel system to get your fart under the water, and then I reckon you could take
You
it
have
out.
to fart into a straw.
Yeah, but with that comes its own challenges, because you don't want the goldfish going up the straw. That's a different experience, isn't it?
Oh, how thick are your straws, dude? Where a goldfish can swim up it into your butt. But no, I think obviously we all have a basic understanding of how farts travel underwater, which is like we see the bubble, but what we never really think about is farts don't really smell underwater. Even poos. I don't think poo would smell underwater. Well, you can't smell underwater because you can't breathe in.
Yeah,
That's a thought. Can you
I would
smell
say
underwater?
so. Can fish smell? Can fish smell, or do they taste? Because sharks are attracted by blood. So are they smelling that, or are they tasting?
I think they're smelling
It'd be
it.
taste, wouldn't it?
They're
Smell
they're
is an airborne thing. Taste is a physical thing. I would feel like
don't know.
it would be a taste
I think they're smelling it.
situation.
Because they can't see shit. Oh, that has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're talking about smell or taste. Yeah, I think they rely on smell heavily because they can't see, is what I meant.
But I would say that what we call smell for a shark is actually them tasting. Oh, they smell. And they have little to no sense of taste. That's why they eat anything. That's so interesting. Sharks can smell underwater.
Right. Well, that's a good thought, Cameron. I think you probably couldn't kill a goldfish, though, with just one fart. Maybe a shit. You'd have to probably shit in the fish bowl.
Okay, I kind of have a point. Sharks' taste and smell are very similar. They're kind of on the same scale for a shark. So there you go.
Right. This one comes in from Chloe, and she's been doing a lot of thinking. How do lactose intolerant babies drink their mother's milk?
I would say like this.
I think I thought this was a stupid thought at first because I think that people don't start off life as being lactose intolerant. Don't people get allergies as they go on? Or are babies allergic to nuts?
Sure. Yeah, my
stuff?
brother was allergic to nuts from when he was born. I believe they do a test when you're born. I think it does.
Lactose intolerant
develops.
isn't the same as an allergy. Is it the same
Maybe
as an allergy? I don't know. You're intolerant, but you're not going to die if you eat it, right? Oh no, that some people will die.
I would think that it changes because it's not like it must change because we survive off milk and then one day we just can't survive off just milk.
I don't think you'd be able to tell if a baby was lactose intolerant anyway because they shit themselves all the time. So that's usually the indicator of an adult.
Like, oh, my infant shit himself. There must be something wrong with his diet.
Yeah, but really you're just like, oh no, that's what they do because they don't know how to shit yet.
Yeah.
Do you reckon a lactose intolerant baby could kill a goldfish?
With a fart, a lactose,
Yeah,
baby
with a
lactose
lactose fart.
Maybe. It depends on the size of the funnel. That's a good thought. We've got to a good place here.
I think we'll wrap up with one more. This one's from Ben, and
Yeah.
he seems to think that this falls under the 95% category. I think I agree with him, but I also think it's worth thinking about. You seem to enjoy my 95% bit about dogs and colorblindness. So, in another attempt to help with the 95%, I've had this thought. Firstly, Ben, your dog colorblind thought was okay. It wasn't the best.
At best.
But I don't think you should be going to fill the 95%. We should be all striving for the 5% top
Absolutely.
thoughts category. So, when a snake hisses, it sticks its tongue out. If we as humans were to reenact this, the sound we would make is hith. My thought is, do all snakes have a lisp?
I mean, man's got a point. Dude's speaking facts. Hith.
We
maybe.
can't. He's saying that we can't go without sticking our tongues out. To make that noise, we have to put our tongues in, right?
Yeah.
He's right. It does. It's really.
Man's got a point.
It's like Sith, but with a H. Hith, which is what he said.
Hith.
I think that's a good thought.
That's a good thought.
Actually, I just realized Ruben had sent me another one, and he thought
Okay.
it was worth bringing up. So we'll do one more. Sorry, you've snake lisp. I got a 5% thought for you. It's from Dan, by the way. If we start launching rubbish or so much stuff like rocket ships into space, would the day be slower as the Earth isn't as big anymore and it would take less time to do a full rotation?
Perhaps. It would take a lot of shooting into space.
You'd have to put up a lot of candy wrappers and maybe stuff bigger than general rubbish.
Yeah.
Maybe a lot of like, we'd have to fully make an effort to send shit that's on Earth up.
We'd have to send a lot of stuff. Like one day to really affect it, we might have to just shoot like England into space, you know?
Yeah,
just the
right.
whole country. And then
Yeah.
that might affect it a little bit. But then I don't know where we're going to get any good tea from.
True. I mean, I don't really drink tea, so that wouldn't bother me.
It all comes from India anyway. I think it would
Yeah.
be sweet to lose England, just say, you know, a couple of
Now,
hours.
warning, we have a lot of listeners from England. Do you reckon they'll be okay with that?
But soon we might have a lot of listeners from space.
That's true. A new
Think about
demographic for the show. Yeah, if you guys
Yeah.
could take the leap of faith, we'll do it for you. We'll launch you into space. Oh, now I've got a lisp. I think I'm a snake. I'm a stupid little snake. Do you remember that video? I'm a slippery little snake. Anyway, yeah, I'm happy to lose England.
All right.
Great.
Done.
That's the end of thoughts.
See you later, England.
Can we start the Zoom chat again? Lewis is kind of lagging, and it worked last time when we started it.
All right, we'll stop and start. Let's do that. All right, we're back. Luke's unfortunately changed headphones. He's not Gamer Luke anymore. God, I miss Gamer Luke.
Not Gamer Luke. So my vibe changes for the audio listeners. They were like partly noise cancelling, so it was very hard to hear myself, which is odd when you're having a conversation, and it's just off-putting. But now I'm just regular Luke.
Yeah, well, I guess, you know, maybe Gamer Luke will come back at another point, but until then, we got to deal with this guy.
Yeah, I'm like cheap Sony shop at Harvey Norman to get $10 headphones Luke now, which is pretty much the Luke we all know and love on the show anyway.
Yeah, that regular Luke.
Yeah, regular Luke. That's just Luke.
$10 at Harvey. How did you find anything at Harvey Norman for $10? That place is rip-off city.
Oh, I don't know. They might be from JB, but you know, there's like, you know what I'm talking about? Those $10 Sony headphones that like everyone has. Yeah, they're them. Dude, they're so good to me. Like, I wear them running and stuff, and I wear them in the rain because I don't give a fuck if they get wet or not. And they've never broken. It's crazy.
Yeah, I gotta say, these my gamer headphones, sat on them, they're broken. My Beats headphones, sat on them, they're broken. Well, actually, this probably isn't so much to do with the quality of design of these two headphones. It's more to do with my ass is the problem, obviously. I'm just putting it on headphones wherever I can.
So, yeah. What did we want to talk about next?
Well,
and by the way, I'm just going to say my audio might have been weird for the last 15 minutes, but it should be good again now. I don't know why my mic cut out. Fuck, I'm having a shit one.
But bloody gamer, Luke using his gamer mic.
Yeah.
Obviously, lots of conspiracy theories are floating around about coronavirus, but one of them just became a hell of a lot stronger. So this news article came out very recently that talks about the coronavirus conspiracy. This is BBC News, it's not InfoWars, but they're talking about, is there any evidence for the lab theory of coronavirus being made in a lab and then either being leaked intentionally or getting out on a worker, or what I think happened, sold. I reckon someone sold one of the dead animals that they were testing on. I think that's what happened. Or live animal. So in 2018, this is true, the US government was talking about how risky the specific science lab in Wuhan was. And they were talking with each other saying that we think this laboratory is a real weak spot, and they're not managing security and safety properly, and we think this could result in a coronavirus outbreak, because they knew that's what they were looking at. They think that it could launch a new SARS-like pandemic, and this is in 2018. The US government was worried about it.
And why didn't they say anything?
Well, they may have. Looking at this article, it seems like they did. And they said, hey, I don't think you guys are taking enough precautions. And China was like, what do you mean? Of course we are. And now we're all in our homes.
Yeah, right. Oh, I thought we knew that. Like, didn't the World Health Organization say that they were covering it up for a while? Oh, but not back since 2018.
We didn't know the outbreak, like why it started. So the theory of where it actually came from, whether it was a random thing from the wet market or if it was released accidentally or intentionally from this lab. But it's looking like, I reckon it was just an accident. So they don't... The messages that the specific failures, security failures that they were worried about hasn't been released. So we don't know what exactly they were worried about, but we do know they were talking about it. And I think that's very interesting because I reckon that's what happened. I think that they accidentally released it.
Yeah, right. I'm so sorry. I'm just offering nothing to this because I've just realized what's happened. I think when I plugged in my gamer headphones, it actually started using switch mics on my computer, and that's why it stopped it, because I never paused the mic, but it stopped the recording. And then now that I've you'll notice that if you're watching the video, I don't use the microphone on my gamer headphones. I put the mic up as an antenna. So now the audio is going to be absolutely fucked for like 15 minutes. And Keelan's going to have to boost my audio or something, because I reckon it was going through my game. Could you guys hear me properly?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Oh, well then maybe it's fine.
It's Zoom.
Oh, because the Zoom, you're hearing me
me
through the Zoom. Okay, that's fine. Then. Never mind.
Okay.
I just literally was hardly listening to a word you said because I was like, oh no, I'm just going through what happened.
Gamer Luke's a fucking menace.
Yeah, he is. I just really fucked this episode audio-wise. But yeah, continue about the stuff, the relevant topical things.
Yeah, well, that's kind of it. And Donald Trump also said something recently, but he's always saying shit like this, so who knows? He basically just said something, I know something that you don't, when he was asked about whether China made it in a lab. And he's like, I know something you don't. But he's always saying that shit.
Dude, he's like that kid in high school that like thinks it's cool to know the secret. You know?
Yeah.
He that would have been the best day of the whole presidency, was when he went to like Area 51 and they were like, so these are the aliens. He would have been like, oh, this is what I worked for my whole life. I did that fucking stupid TV show. I hustled in business to get to here. Because that's all he wants to do is be the cool kid, essentially.
He wants to be in, for sure.
And now he literally knows everything.
Stuff. I think there's a lot of stuff that they'd go, you know what, we're not going to tell him this one.
Oh, especially him. I reckon Obama would know way more shit than Trump because he's just more trustworthy.
Yeah, he gives off a keep a secret vibe. I think he could keep a secret. I wouldn't trust Joe Biden because I feel like he would be like, "Yep, I can keep that a secret," and then he would forget promising that it was a secret or who he heard it from, and he'd be like, "Did you know that aliens exist?" And everyone would go, "What the fuck?"
The early onset dementia would kick in, and and then you just get ramblings. But
then all the CIA has to do is go, "Oh no, Joe Biden, he had a brain malfunction." And everyone would go, "Yeah, that makes sense."
That checks out. Speaking of brain malfunctions, apparently Kim Jong-un is okay. They released video of him out and about or something.
Oh, did they?
Yeah,
video.
I heard that yesterday. Also, like, who knows? It could have been stock footage of the man.
It is fucking weird that it took this long to find out. I'm googling it now. Can you look it up, Keelan?
Yep, it was.
Yeah.
I saw this as well yesterday.
He's back out and about, and I didn't
Jong-un
read the article, obviously.
Well, here's the thing. Kim Jong-un appears in public North Korean state media report. I don't believe it unless there's video.
Well, I read that there was video, but then...
Oh, there is.
I never actually read the full article. I just read the headline because
He says he opened a fertilizer plant. So maybe he did have a big health scare.
I got this article. Can everyone see this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it says, it's a Daily Telegraph, so it's not very good, but there's a puncture mark in his hand, so that might be like needles from a hospital.
Ah, maybe. Or he could be up to something.
Or maybe he's a robot and they had to reprogram him.
It is so weird. Isn't it weird that we, like, all of these, like, science fiction books about dystopian, like, that's just there. It's real, and it's in that country where a guy can disappear for 20 days. The whole world is like, what the fuck's happening? And no one actually knows. And then he just comes out. He's like, I'm fine, everyone. Back to business, or I'll kill you.
That's so weird. And then, like, the only difference, he just has a hole in his wrist. And everyone's like, don't question it. Just move on. It's easier that way.
I read one saying that, here's what I think happened. I think this one might be true because Lord knows if I had one, you wouldn't see me for 20 days. Apparently he has a pleasure hotel full of 2,000 women and he was just there. That was one of the theories. He was just fucking for 20 days.
Sucking and fucking for 20 days.
2,000 women.
Wouldn't you just get sick of roots?
Could you even have sex with
doing
2,000 people in like 6 months?
In 20 days, so 2,000. How many is that a day? That's 200 a day.
You reckon you could kill
100,
him? Keelan's a
100 a day.
fucking machine.
Wait.
That's 100 a day.
2,000. Oh, okay, yeah. 100 a day, no. No, I did my maths wrong in my head. I was way off.
Keelan could probably plow through
what were
like
you
96 and then have a chicken afterwards, and that's about it. And then he'd be exhausted. He'd have to walk barefoot to the servo.
With enough blue V, you can do anything, am I right?
That should be their ad.
5 hard routes a day is doable. And if you had 2,000 women, how many?
Hang on.
2,000 divided by 5, right?
Keelan, didn't you once do like 9 in a day or 13? Wasn't there some figure on the show once?
It was like 9. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't believe I feel gross that I remembered that.
2,000 divided by 9. So theoretically, this pleasure house would take Keelan 222.222 recurring days
to plow
to fuck his way through.
Nah, 9 knocks you out. 5 is doable and repeatable.
All right, so 2,000.
Let's say you're averaging 7. You're not completely
about
knocking yourself
400
out.
days. 400 days.
So if Keelan ever disappears for a year and a half, we know where he is. He's in a pleasure house in North Korea. Boys, I got a great text from a very good friend, Radio Mike. Occasionally,
God, I love the Mike text.
Occasionally, it's just becoming a regular occurrence now during quarantine where I just read out texts that Mike sends me. And this was another one that was sent with, and I cannot stress this enough, there's never a hey, there's never a conversation beforehand. It's
Out
just
of context.
like, we haven't spoken in like 2 days, and then he'll just shoot this through, zero context.
Before you say that, Luke, I got a call from Radio Mike, and can I just say I had the most wholesome, lovely friend conversation with Mike, and then it ended. And I was like, what the fuck? I felt cheated.
Really?
Where's my terrible story? Where's my fucked fact? What's going on, Mike? I don't want to have like a normal, nice conversation with Mike. When I talk to Mike, I want to find out something heinous.
Yeah. See, last night, Mike and I had a great phone chat but he did start it off by doing a Ned Schneebly impression from School of Rock. He's the guy who
Who's
kicks.
that?
He's the nerd who's dating Sarah Silverman, and he kicks Dewey Finn out of his apartment. He's like the teacher that Jack Black pretends to be. You know, Jack Black pretends to be Ned Schneebly.
What an obscure character.
Yeah, he started doing like not a Jack Black impersonation, like a Ned Schneebly impersonation as I picked up the phone. But other than that, it was a great chat. But yeah, this was a few days ago, right? It was at 4:45 p.m. in the afternoon. So very confusing. He said, dude, I'm looking pretty hot right now. You got to admit. That's it. Just straight through. And I said, wow, what an amazing message this is. And then he said, nah, check my latest video. Really good jawline and the jumper really suits me. And then I didn't respond to that. So then 10 minutes later, he followed that up with, anyway, I'll leave it up to you.
What does he want? Like, yeah, bro, you look very fuckable today.
And then like 3 days later, I got back to him and went, yeah, man, you're looking great. Well done. And
wait, is that the guitar video where he's playing guitar?
I think it was just a podcast clip. I don't know,
That could be any video he's posting.
Last night on a phone chat I had with him, I don't know what's happened. I don't know if we've got a new mic on our hands, but ladies and gentlemen, Mike has gained a new, I can't even describe it, like this new persona. I don't know if it's not a persona, it's him. It's so him. He's just gained confidence. He thinks he's the hottest person alive. He was like, no, seriously, man.
That's great.
Like, he goes, I just think like, I've been eating healthy and it's great. And he's looking great. Yeah. And he was giving me evidence. He's like, man, I was on the phone with my friend the other day and he stopped the conversation to tell me how good I look. He's like, that's when you know it's official. And then he stopped the conversation.
That might be when your friend wants a little action, wants a little bit extra.
Well, that's what I said. I was like, are you waiting for me to stop this conversation to try and fuck you over the phone? Because it's not going to happen. But I guess we need to put it to the people listening to this show. Is Mike looking hot? I think he's looking great.
How about this? Let's put up on the screen now an image of Mike 3 weeks ago, completely different, ugly Mike, and a picture of Mike now. And is there any difference? Is it a positive difference? How much hotter is he? I think he's looking better. I had a look. You sent me that text, and I was like, you know what? Mike is looking a lot better. I think that's great because Mike has never really thought that he was a hot dude, and it's good. It's good to hear
Lewis,
that Radio Mike is finally acting like someone who goes on as many Tinder dates as him should act.
Lewis, I think perhaps maybe I did have one theory about the recent self-confidence is he stopped hanging out with us for a few weeks and we stopped bringing him down and calling him Human Shrek. And all of a sudden...
Human Shrek is good. Oh, hang on. How about this Mike? In the plaid shirt. Who's that? Yeah, that one.
That's an old Mike. That's like hunky teen Mike when he was...
Yeah, year 10
Year
Mike.
10, so that was like a 16-year-old Mike.
Yeah, that's legal.
Yeah. I think he was referring to... Click on the What the Fuck is Fatberg video. He was talking about this video. This is the one that he was talking about. And the jumper is good. And
the jumper's good.
He's wearing for audio listeners, like a striped kind of indie...
That jumper makes him look much more muscular than he actually is. I think that's adding something there to Mike.
You know what? He's got like an Osher haircut as well. He looks great, actually.
Yeah, he is looking good.
Damn. Guys, Radio Mike's hot.
Just leaving a comment. Looking good, Mike. That's good. Is that from your account?
Yeah.
From Keelan's? Can we just go... I really like this jumper, but if we go to a different post Keelan, this one of him in the supermarket... I really love this outfit here that he's wearing. That's great.
It seems like you're just trying to do a merch plug. It's your merch.
Yeah, Death Threats Don't Scare Me. Very good T-shirt. Best design I've ever released. He's looking great.
He's in the juice aisle.
So
maybe he's been doing a juice cleanse. Who knows? But either way, Mike, you're looking great, man. I just wanted to say that I think you've got everyone's support here in that you are indeed, as you know, I mean, you know this more than anyone, you are now a fucking hottie, so make sure you use it wisely. And
that's right. And sound off in the comment section below, guys. How hot is Mike looking? Let us know.
Yeah, on a scale of like 1 to Radio Mike, how hot are you? That could be like the new way of judging hotness. I reckon I'm about a 6. Nowhere near a Mike. But hopefully
I'm
striving towards it.
I'm feeling a solid 6 on the 1 to Radio Mike scale as well. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's good. Can we talk about the burrito case for a sec? Can we reopen the case? Look, if you haven't been listening to the show, I would recommend you go back and catch up on this saga. A young man named Will, who listens to the podcast, sent us in a bit of an investigation that we decided to undertake as a show and as a collective. All the listeners have been involved just to some degree. I would say there's been less listener detective work than we would have liked, but a lot of people still following the saga nonetheless. Essentially, there was a burrito that was thrown into Will's pool. We think we have 5 backyards in which are suspects. We've kind of narrowed out about 2 of them. We questioned Will to see if he did it. There's a few people who think it was a inside job and Will might have done it himself. We've had a few more accusations come in during the week. Obviously, there was a character in this saga, Will's grandma, who was giving positive reviews of all the neighbors. So we thought it was house 1, which is like young people more likely to throw a burrito in drunk to a pool.
Oh, that's 100% something I would do at a party for a laugh to impress the boys.
And then Will's grandma was the only testimony against them, saying, but they're nice boys. So I think...
But she said that about a few different houses. That's what was suspicious. The grandma said that everyone was nice, which we thought was a little bit weird, and also kind of rules out grandma as a witness because everyone thinks that a grandma is nice. So I feel like that doesn't really count.
Well, one of the top comments or one of the top sound-offs in the latest episode was people actually accusing Will's grandma of being the burrito thrower. And a few people commented and said, I like your thinking, the plot thickens. A lot of people engaging this theory, which, I don't know, I think it's a pretty crazy theory to throw out to suggest that Will's grandma wanted to sabotage their pool with a pulled pork burrito. I think that's...
Well, I think that it has some weight because how often is grandma using the pool? If she sabotages her own pool, she doesn't really feel the negative effects of that. That's everybody else.
But what's in it for her?
Maybe Will pissed her off, Luke. Maybe Will's misbehaved.
Maybe. I'd love to hear your thoughts. I really don't think... Look, I would love to hear Will's take on this. I mean, he knows his grandma better than anyone. If he really thought it was his grandma, I think he would turn on him out of respect for the... turn on her out of respect for the investigation. I would hate to see on this show this just result in a young boy turning on his grandma and throwing her under the bus. This would be a pretty sad ending to the case.
Well, if you look at the witness, the suspect report, right, the grandma said that all of the neighbors were very nice people. Didn't say anything about Will. So maybe the grandma doesn't like Will. You know, a bit of a grudge situation going on here. Will, I think you might have to put your grandmother under citizen's arrest until we can get this sorted.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think she'd be probably going too many places at the moment anyway, but, you know, maybe keep her under house arrest after the government regulations lift, just as a precautionary.
I think that's fair,
Just before we wrap this up, this is what I wanted to bring up. This one comes in from Kai, listener Kai, and it says, irrefutable evidence of burrito throwing guilt. And boy, oh boy, I personally think this is the most plausible and best theory we've had come at us yet. And it covers all bases. Kai's done a lot of thinking, and I would like to welcome Detective Kai as an official investigator on this case.
Welcome, Detective Kai.
He's absolutely done some great work. He said, hey, boys, thought I'd add
Any relation to Dragon Ball Z, Kai?
I didn't specify in the email. Hey, boys, thought I'd add my 2 cents to the investigation in light of some new information we received from the interview with Will. I believe the burrito was, without a doubt, thrown from the young fellas who like a drink. Now, that's house 1.
House 1. That's also our prime suspect in this situation.
Given that the burrito had no foil on it, it can't have been in the pool very long, or it would have fallen apart. It is much more likely that it was thrown in the morning, shortly before Will found it. Speaking from personal experience, although not with the burrito, I didn't throw it over a fence, it's likely that one of the boys next door drunkenly ordered Uber Eats, and in the time between receiving this burrito and eating it, he passed out. So this is at night. He's ordered like 2 a.m. Uber Eats. He then hasn't eaten it because they're obviously big drinkers.
He has
over
one
in
bite
House
because
1.
one bite was taken. Mm-hmm. That makes a lot of sense.
No, he doesn't have a bite yet. He wakes up the next morning to an untouched burrito and thinks to himself, oh yeah, I bet she's still good. Pretty hungover thought. Unwraps it, takes a bite, realizes his mistake, and discards it in a humorous way to make himself laugh, which is throwing it over the neighbor's fence.
Fuck. I think that makes a lot of sense.
That is almost like walking through the crime scene going, all this checks out.
Man, that sounds so accurate. I almost want to ask where Kai was on the night of the incident.
Yeah, is Kai a resident of House 1? This seems like a confession more than an accusation.
But we're going to have to throw the sound off section, but I think we've almost solved this. I think that's exactly what happened.
Yeah.
That sounds very plausible.
I think that's... let us know. Sound off if you think that is the most plausible explanation. I think that is spot on. I reckon we've almost solved it.
I've been at a house
Kai
party
has.
in the morning, because you don't clean up at night. You clean up in the morning, and everyone's hungover, so no one does a good job.
Yeah.
And it's still got a little bit of party vibe. So something stupid like throwing a burrito over the fence, pretty funny.
Yeah, I think that's very funny. And he said he found it at 9 a.m. Yeah, that's plausible that they threw it over at 8 a.m. It would explain why there was not much sauce that had dispersed into the pool. And Yep, I reckon that's as good as theory as we're going to get at this stage of the investigation.
I think so. I think more evidence that might back that up, if I can.
Yep.
Yeah.
When I called him before he joined the Zoom call, just to give him a bit of a brief on what we're going to talk about, I said, "You didn't place it in the pool for attention, did you?" And he took a long pause before he said no. So maybe he was lying to me.
That doesn't back that up at all.
Well, it's just my evidence anyway.
Completely different theory.
That completely just threw a spanner in the works to what we just concluded.
That's the complete opposite of what we were going with. I mean, I appreciate you trying to help out with this investigation, but it would have been good to know this when we were interviewing Will, like before. Like that's some very damning evidence, and you just hold it.
And I think now
I wasn't listening properly because I was doing something else. Yeah, sorry.
I got a new theory for you boys. I think this makes you a low-level suspect. I'm not saying you're high, but I'm saying withholding that is suspicious. I think we can all agree. And also,
very
I know you
suspicious.
love burritos. So I reckon you're now on the suspects list after
crime-
withholding that information.
It did take place in Sydney, though.
Yeah, that's a good alibi. But other than that, I wouldn't put it past...
maybe we should ask Will to check for any petrol footprints around the pool.
That's true. Anyway, we'll leave it there.
Sound off. I think House 1, on the serious note, I think House 1, I'm almost ready to call that as guilty, but we'll have to throw the listeners here. Sound off in the sound off section. Let us know.
Now, Lewis, do you have some quarantine... No, we're not doing quarantine conveniences. Incredible scenes.
Yes, I think
we'll do that next time.
This is how we'll end the episode. I've got some incredible quarantine scenes. Now, quick recap. I feel like because no one's leaving the house, there aren't many incredible scenes going on outside in the world where your mate does something crazy or you do something nuts and you go, that's fucking incredible. Everyone's standard for an incredible scene has lowered. For example... My incredible scene was I was using the toilet. I was standing up having a wee. The toilet lid started to close, the first one, and I stopped midstream, let the lid close, continued, not a single drop anywhere it shouldn't be. What an incredible scene.
Pretty special achievement there. And look, not many shows have been celebrating the little things when that's really what is getting us all through this period in our lives. And we are going to do that today. And thank you to the people who have emailed the show, lukeandlewis5@gmail.com. If you have an incredible scene, definitely shoot us an email. We love reading 5% of them. So thank you very much.
Now I've got a few incredible scenes, and then I have something new to bring to the show. Hang on, my headphones have just broken here because I sat on them. So first incredible scene we've got from Grace here. Grace says, "Evening, boys. Not much of a scene per se. However, I did just have a shower in complete darkness for fun."
That's pretty incredible because...
That's incredible. A shower in the dark. I don't think I've ever done that.
I think when the power was out, I've done it before. But I think I did it just before it got dark. So I had a dusk shower. So it was a dimly lit shower. But I don't think I've ever done a shower pitch black. I don't know how effective that would be hygiene-wise because... I don't know.
That would be more of a leisure shower. You know when you have just, I feel like a leisure shower.
Yeah, it sounds like
you really
he's done
experience
it for fun.
it. Yeah, I think
that's
so.
Good. That's a good way to pass the time. Have a bit of a spooky shower.
Another quarantine scene. This one's from Ben. My girlfriend woke up this morning and was driving to work. She decided to wash her windscreen. As she flipped the lever for her windshield wipers, she realized that it was smudging something. Turns out, during the night, someone had put a piece of cheese under her wipers.
Classic prank. A really good one in isolation as well, because some people don't drive their car for days at a time. So if you're lucky, you could get moldy cheese on a stranger's car.
Well, what's interesting about this is it was that like plastic cheese, like the cheese slice. I'm assuming someone must have walked past the car, seen, then decided to go back to their house, grab a piece of cheese and put it under the wiper. What an incredible scene.
It's a lot of effort to go through just for a prank that you won't even see the... That's one of those pranks that you walk away from it going, that's going to get him, but you don't get the satisfaction.
Sometimes those are the best pranks because you have the energy in the moment. There's no getting caught risk, and you can almost theorize about what would have happened, and it's always a mystery. So you can always look back on it and think, gee, I wonder how that went down.
Yeah, but really, there's also the constant weight on you as the prankee. As the pranker. That what if their person found the cheese before turning on their car, and therefore I've wasted my time and a slice of cheese.
That's true. I've got one more, and then I have something a little bit different. So,
okay. I've also got one
quarantine
as well.
scene. Okay, all right. We'll do yours, and then we'll do the different one. Hope you're well, boys. I was washing my hands like a good boy, and I mixed some water with the soap so I could blow bubbles by putting my fingertips together and blowing through the gaps in between my fingers. Managed to blow a bubble the size of 2 fists. Pretty neat. Thanks, Nick. What an incredible scene. That's
Nice.
amazing.
That's very good.
Yeah. Like I'm saying, guys, the bar has really lowered here.
Yeah.
For an incredible scene. Pretty big bubble is enough to get it on the show.
Yeah. Feel free to send them in because the chances are this is the most likely segment that you'll be able to participate in and make it on the show because...
And it's a limited time only. Quarantine's ending soon in Australia at least. So, time's running out.
This is another example of the bar being set quite low. I had an incredible scene happen to me. Was playing the game Star Wars Battlefront with my brother.
Yep.
And I was playing as an Ewok, which people might remember from the film look quite cuddly, furry characters. They're very short and they hold spears, right? Mm-hmm. He was playing as a stormtrooper. I thought it would be funny to run up to his character on the screen and jab him in the nuts repeatedly with the spear. And that brought a lot of laughs to all the other guys that we were playing with. So, that was my incredible scene. I was an Ewok and I hit my brother in the nuts as a stormtrooper. Not great, but... times are tough at the moment, and
the bar's
any
lowered.
laughs a laugh at this point.
The spear's lowered at this point. I like that.
That's really sad. Because we're not getting the validation that we usually get on stage doing stand up. I'm pretty much just resorting to Ewok testicle humor, which is
I've realized that I'm trying to make people laugh so much more. I'm in 3 different group chats just chucking in banger after banger.
Yeah,
because I don't have anywhere else to put it.
Yeah, putting way more effort into the boys. Like, making all the lads laugh. And it's like, it doesn't hit the same as like an audience
It's not
of
the
400
same.
people. A lol or a ha-ha react on Facebook Messenger just doesn't cut it for me anymore.
But that is something that is really great about quarantine is every group chat I'm in is fucking so much better now because everyone's way more invested in it.
Yeah. It's true. Because it's the only social interaction you're having.
So finally, right, a lot of people were sending in incredible scenes. I've had Brendan email the show with an incredibly bad scene. And I have an incredibly bad scene as well to finish this up with. So Brendan's emailed in and said, following up on the guy that kicked a peg up and caught it after dropping it, I have the opposite of the situation. I was doing the washing and I dropped the wet washing I was carrying onto the dirt and it got really dirty and that made me very sad. Cheers, Brendan. What an incredibly bad scene.
Man, that sucks.
Yeah. Now,
Nothing like having to redo a load.
Oh, the worst, right? I've got something similar. I have actually experienced the exact opposite of my incredible scene that really wiped my slate clean.
Oh, no.
Right? So I'm using the toilet again, standing up to wee like a man, right? But I'm in deep. I'm halfway through. There's no stopping this stream. The toilet lid starts to close again. I didn't put it up properly. I'm still not used to this fucking toilet. Starts to close. I realize I can't stop my stream, right? But that's okay. What I decide to do is it's falling. You know they fall really, really, really slow.
Until they hit a point, then they drop.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, no, this is all right. I can ride this one out. So I start going with the toilet seat. I just start, moving lower and lower. And this is all good. It's working. I'm nailing it. I'm like, dude, I'm going to make Incredible Scenes Part 2. This is even more incredible.
Only a certain amount of low that you can go in that situation before you're hitting the porcelain base and the floor.
I'm really gambling here, so I'm thinking, have I got enough, in me to keep going and then finish before this shit closes? So it's going great. I'm lowering. It's lowering. It's like the Matrix. It's like it's like Star Wars where they fly through the gap. It's all going great. I'm destroying the Death Star here, and then. Because I'm so concentrated on my aim, I don't realize where my origination point is, and I've bent down so far that I just ended up pissing over myself, and it was a mission fail.
Oh, on yourself?
Yeah, I just because I was wearing drop crotch sweatpants, and they were already down a little bit.
That's lower than the floor. How do you end up? Yeah. How do you end up pissing that low?
Well, I was to demonstrate. I'm like this, right? So I was like this.
Oh, so
I hit the bottom of my pants.
Dude, I think
I'm saying.
You're too tall to be attempting those kind of maneuvers.
I really am.
Really confident stuff. That's the equivalent of that scene in Indiana Jones where he reaches for his hat under the door. That's like if his hand got stuck and his arm got ripped off and he didn't retrieve
fucking
his hat.
Disaster, Luke. It was an absolute disaster.
Jesus Christ, man. You can't be doing that. I hope you've learnt and to never try that again. That will never pay off.
No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to put the toilet seat up properly. How about that?
100% of the time in that situation, you'll piss on yourself, which is what happened.
And I know that now. But, sometimes you're just going to shoot for the stars or shoot for the bowl.
Yeah, what is it like to piss on yourself as a grown man? Must be pretty emasculating.
Well, you've done that on a few Friday nights, haven't you?
No, okay, no. I know a guy, every time he gets drunk, he pisses the bed.
Every time?
Well, like it's a regular thing.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I do know a person that exists. It is a thing. But no, I've never done that.
I was dead sober, Luke. So to answer your question, humiliating.
Yeah. Okay. Well, and I'm sorry for. Well, actually, you brought it up on the podcast, so I don't apologize. Actually.
Yeah, I probably should. I could have just, Jazz doesn't even know about this. I could have just let this one sit in my memory, but now it's in everyone's. It
would have haunted you forever. I think you would have been walking down the street one day. You're like 60 years old, and you just feel like a cool, warm breeze, and you're like, it reminds you of the feeling,
Guys, I think we're going to end it there, unless there's anything else you have, Luke.
Nah.
Of
Great.
course not.
That's so funny to assume that I brought extra content to the show.
I'm not expecting any. I'm just letting everybody know that Luke's coming in light still. So, guys, thanks for listening. We appreciate it. Support us on Patreon if you want 2 bonus episodes of the podcast every single month. But that's a fucking secret. Shouldn't have told you.
Yeah,
and if you tell anyone, it's over for you. All right, shut your mouth.
Yep.
And we got a Discord going on as well. Secret sound off section. It's popping. So if you want to support the show, after we lose our one and only sponsor, that's the way to do it. Woo-hoo. And we'll talk to you guys in a couple of days. Thanks for listening. Keelan, send them off.
Oh, no, I think that's my job.
And I just wanted to say something witty. Keelan, send them off.
D's nuts.
Oh, fuck.
Oh.
Right. Real bad start and end to this one, guys.
I don't know
My
what you
apologies.
expected, but it's this feels like one of those movies that goes full circle and it just starts in the same shit spot that it ends, unfortunately.
All right, guys. Talk to you in a couple of days. Thanks for listening.